Bye guys, see you later.
Sorry, technical hit.
Technical issue. Thank you, man. Right. Second time lucky, right? Don't forget it's my birthday. I can make these mistakes. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the TruuuTalk Podcast. This is season 2, episode, Milan. What episode are we?
11.
Episode 11. Thank you. Again, don't worry about technical issues because no one knows, innit? Because again, we started again. So no one knows. So we are back, season 2, episode 11. Now, again, like always, we've got our 2 topics. This week's 2 topics are black people cancelled more quickly and severely than white people? And our second topic, our fun topic, are children at weddings. We've also got our Ask Millie in the middle, and we're going to end with our words of wisdom from Cher. Now, as always, we are joined by the TruuuTalk First Lady, Miss Chidi. Miss Chidi, Chidi, bang, bang.
Chidi, chidi, bang, bang. Namaste. Peace and love.
A man who needs an introduction is TruuuTalk himself, Mr. Ashley.
Show.
Show. Our very own banter bringer, Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock.
Hey.
We got our favourite girl from the small islands, Miss Shem.
What's going on?
Miss Cher.
Claire?
Dot.
Cher?
Oh, do I really have to do it every time now?
Every time. Come on.
It's not even high enough for you to see.
We're also joined by a special guest all the way from Cleveland, Mr. Taye.
What's good, family? Thank you so much. I truly appreciate y'all for letting me come on.
And of course, myself, DJ Sticky Fingers.
The one and only.
Like the one in, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know myself. I don't even know my damn self.
It's a sticky one.
It is a very sticky one. Now, before we go into our first topic, I'm going to give a bit of context, but you can leave some context about the first topic, but before we go to Mr. Taye, right? So the first topic is, are black people cancelled more quickly and severely than white people? Now, to give a bit of context, as I said, think about like Noel Clarke, who was cancelled recently, or even be R. Kelly, who was cancelled a few years back, and compare it to someone like maybe Prince Andrew or Epstein or someone like those people who may not have been cancelled. Again, I don't think Prince Andrew was cancelled just yet anyway. He's still royal, still got his royal duties and so forth. So I want you guys to think about that before we get into it. But Mr. Taye, I think it's probably best we go over to yourself. Let the people know who you are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Taye Uhuru. I'm a world traveler. I've been to more than 70 countries around the world. I'm an author. I'm a historian, a genealogist. I'm also an MC. I'm a hip hop artist.
Wow. What's a genealogist?
Basically, I help people retrace their roots. So in America, a lot of African Americans got disconnected from their families, so they don't know, who their great grandparents are or their great great grandparents. So I find a lot of old documents, like census records, birth certificates, marriage licenses, death certificates, and war cards and stuff like that.
Do you know what? That's so sick. And the way you just said it so humbly, like just like it was nothing. Like this is nothing. I've been to more than 70 countries and I'm a genealogist, but I just said it so humbly. No, please, Taye, say it again. Say it again.
I'm a world traveler. I've been to more than 70 countries. I'm a genealogist, hip hop artist, author, historian.
Yeah, I think a round of applause there. Yes, indeed.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Doing amazing things.
That's
as well.
That's sick, man. Can I ask you something? Because I kind of did a little bit of research, and something that kind of stood out to me that was like that I thought was real dope was about the Afro set, because I never really knew much about the Afro set or heard of the Afro set as much as I've heard of other like organizations, big like Black Panthers and maybe Nation of Islam and stuff like that. I heard a lot more about them, but I've never really heard about the Afro set as much. So, and I know that that's basically your family and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I wrote a book. It's called The Afro Set. So Afro was short for African. My uncle, He was one of the co-founders of the Afro Set. So they were at the forefront of reintroducing African Americans in Cleveland to African history, African culture, African language, Swahili, African dance and African drumming, African fashion. They opened up shops. They sold a lot of Afrocentric items like dresses and dashikis and necklaces and earrings, pottery, artwork, and that kind of funded the organization. But they had a lot of social components. They had free breakfast programs, free lunch programs. They had classes on economics, health and wellness, drug awareness. They practiced self-defense. So they went to the farms. They did target practice with the rifles. They did military drills. They practiced with machetes and different things like that.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Wow. There's a lot in there, man. Okay, before we get into our first, I'm going to ask you one quick question. You've been to 70 countries around the world. What was your favorite?
I don't know. It's kind of hard. My favorite place is Africa, but it's almost 60 countries in Africa. I've been roughly, 20 countries in Africa. I like South Africa. I like Cape Verde, Ethiopia. Ghana is real cool. So it would definitely be an African country for sure.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, look, welcome to the TruuuTalk Podcast. And as you know, again, we're going to get into our first topic, which I believe Chidi's going to go first on this one because she nominated herself not to go first, so which basically nominates you to go first. So, Chids, are black people cancelled more quickly and severely than white people? And again, bit of context, thinking about Noel Clarke was cancelled almost immediately. And you got like someone like Prince Andrew has yet to be cancelled. Was race playing a part in this?
Sorry, my cat just attacked me. Sorry. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I think like when a white person does something, it's almost like the media and society find ways of making it sort of okay, and justifying what they've done, and they do like a whole investigation before they actually get cancelled. I find that when black people get cancelled, it's like as soon as something comes up, they're cancelled from that moment. That's it. They're cancelled before they're cancelled. It's what can you really say about it, really? It is what it is. It speaks for itself. They're definitely cancelled before, more severely and quickly. I don't really know what to say on it, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. Peely says even everyone. Brina says even everyone. Mr. Wonderlight says Wiley cancelled quick. So yeah. And yeah. Brina says agreed with Chids. Maybe Wiley might be a different scenario though. So Taye, I don't know if you saw Wiley. So Wiley's a UK artist who was cancelled about 6 months ago, give or take. But the reason I think Wiley's situation might be slightly different is because they felt that Wiley was attacking the Jewish community. And I think if others of other different races were attacking that particular community, I think they may have been cancelled just as quickly because of the community he was supposedly attacking, although it's very subjective. Ashley, what do you think? Is there any truth to this?
Most certainly. Of course, there's truth to it. It's basically a fact, isn't it? Because as quick as they took down all of Noel Clarke's work off all of them platforms, I'm sure that Weinstein's movies are still on most platforms. Do you get what I'm saying? So that shows straight away the fact that it's different. I think it's obviously to do with race, but I think it's more to do with economics. So they're like, if we take all these shows off the thing, are we really losing out? You get what I'm saying? They're weighing it up. They're saying, yeah, fuck Noel Clarke. If we cancel Noel Clarke and take all these shows off, we ain't really losing that much money. We're saving money by not putting these shows on for all the people that's gonna complain and mash up man's thing. So they're man taking them off. Weinstein, he's probably, I don't know Weinstein's movies. I've probably seen them, but I don't know by name what movies he's done or nothing. But I'm sure that they're probably big, massive movies. You get me? Movies that people obviously are not gonna. They're gonna say, "Well, we'd rather keep them on, make the money, and stay." You get what I'm saying? So I think it's more to do with the power that the people them have. They own the networks. They own the social media platforms. They own like all of the places where you go to get cancelled. they own it, innit? So it's kind of like they're not going to cancel their dad, they're not going to cancel their cousin, they're not going to cancel their brother. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's obviously unfair because we're not in control of nothing. And even for us, like we find it, even if someone, because it's not these days, you're wrong, you're guilty before you're proven guilty. So you're guilty just because people say you are, and we're not in a position. Well, it depends who you are and what you have, but we're not usually in a position to defend the people, our people, even if they're like, if people are saying they've done something, we're not really in a position to be like to defend them publicly. You get what I'm saying? Because then we'll get cancelled. Or do you get what I'm saying? So that's why black people, when it comes to like black people being cancelled, they will support it quicker than they'll defend it, because they ain't trying to look bad, innit? They ain't trying to look like they agree with whatever the person has been accused of doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, fair enough. Brina says, look at Harvey Weinstein as well. Says KMT, case after case, money and power. Weinstein is big in the game. Really, 365 says fact 100, going back to what Ashley was saying. DJ Empress says, greetings. PD says, they are always quick to show black people in a bad light. That's the only time they are ready to highlight us. Okay, fair enough. Shem, what's your views on this one?
Yeah, 100%. Black people are definitely more cancelled than white people. Like, look at I just feel like they should have the same energy for people, because like Ashley was saying, look at Harvey, and then look at R. Kelly. Like, they should get the same energy. Do you know what I mean? And then when it comes to like Wiley speaking out on certain things, again, I think it all comes down to power. That's why I think it's important for us to build our own things. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, then there won't be that thing of power there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I do think definitely black people are more cancelled. But what does cancelled mean though? Like, I know you can like cancel people off social media and whatever, but what does it actually mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you're like a paedophile or whatever, you'll get locked away. But I don't know. I feel like it gives more attention onto people at the same time as well, because the same way that people are saying they're getting cancelled, the same way they're getting attention onto them as well, if that makes any sense. And then I think as well, it depends on your level of consciousness as well, because, for example, look at David Icke, for example. He got cancelled quickly from like YouTube and everything because of the stuff he was speaking about. But that was more to do with human rights. So yeah, I just think the system and people in it, they don't want us knowing certain things. That's why.
That's a fair point. I think I'm going to read some messages, but going back to your point about how this cancelled affect them, I think someone like Wiley, for example, is a musician. Him being cancelled off like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter affects his revenue. If you're cancelled off YouTube, you don't make any money.
Yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is, apart from social media, I don't think it really means that much. Like, it more puts attention on them as well, because people are going to go and look at certain things about them and all that kind of stuff. So at the same time, it puts attention onto it. And if they want to rebuild, they can quickly.
So almost saying like bad publicity can be good publicity almost. I
think so, yeah.
That's fair.
Depends on the way you look at it, really.
Yeah, I think with someone like Noel Clarke, I can't see how, because it's, I think depending on the allegations, no. I don't think he's any way back for Noel Clarke.
No.
It'll take a miracle for him to come back.
That's why I said apart from paedophiles.
Yeah, he's
look at what they did to Adam Deacon. Adam Deacon, they've deleted his Instagram account and everything just because he's speaking the truth. They're not giving him a voice because he's speaking on certain things.
What did he say?
They've deleted him from like pretty much everything. His Twitter will probably be gone in the morning as well. So it just makes you think like it's like certain things, like you said, certain things are not supposed to be spoken about. It's about level of consciousness, really, isn't it? And we know what's right and we know what's wrong, but it's almost like the information they're trying to feed us certain information to distract us from the things that we're supposed to know and those we're supposed to focus on.
What did he say?
Adam Deacon.
Yeah.
He was just basically, he's been talking about the same thing for years, from like way back from like kidulthood days. But they said that he was suffering with mental health issues and that he was ill, so that nobody was going to ever believe what he was actually saying. And now all these people are coming forward now. It's proved what he was saying is right. And because he said, you know, I've been telling people for years, this is what Noel Clarke is about, they just locked him off. They just shut down all his socials and everything. So it's weird, isn't it, really?
Yeah, see, everything's connected.
Right. Rena says, that's right, share. Again, Rena also says, again, share, we need our own things. Empress says, cancelled how I'm lost in the topic, just got in, shame on you, Empress. Rena says, they didn't hesitate to cancel David Icke. People stop doing business with you, period. Peely says, yes, definitely share. She's agreeing with Cher's point of view. Brina says, who's Adam Deacon? Adam Deacon's the guy from Kidulthood or Adulthood, one of those films. Can't remember which one it is. He's an actor. Also said, was both. Okay. Brina says, I remember him saying Noel was bullying him years ago. Taye, I'm going to come over to you, because again, hopefully you have a slightly different perspective to us from where you're from. Are black people cancelled more quickly and severely than white people?
Yeah, I think so. In America specifically, it's definitely a double standard. I think the effects of being canceled are more damaging towards black entertainers or, you know, black celebrities or whatnot. And also it's like more so black people don't really have the power to cancel people. Like you see police killings, you know, they'll get another job, or if it's somebody on the radio say something crazy, you know, they'll work somewhere else. You know, they're able to bounce back. But when the black people kind of get canceled, especially by whites or non-black people, it's pretty much a wrap for them.
Okay, can you think of anyone famously that on both sides that have been cancelled or should have been cancelled from where you're from?
I mean, maybe not so much recently, but you see it a lot. Like the guy Donald Sterling, he owned the NBA team, you know what I'm saying? So we tried to cancel him, but, you know, he's still rich, he still got money, you know, he sold his team and made money. So, you know, a lot of the police that kill unarmed people, they should be canceled, but they get another job, they work somewhere else, they don't go to jail, so.
Yeah, I don't think those people should be cancelled. I think they should be locked up. Yeah, forget being cancelled. Oh, you locked up. Right. What you're doing? Fair enough. Milan, Miss Millie Rock, what's your views on this one?
100%. Literally, facts. 100%. Like Noel Clarke, his label dropped him, or his whatever they are, management, whatever. They dropped him. They took his award thing, they took that away from him. Like, do you know what I mean? He had a show. What I think's wrong, so he produced a show or something, or was a director of a show that was coming out, and in it was a lot of young black like actors and actresses, but they've cancelled it, so now no one gets to see it, which I think is wrong, because for those people that was probably like, that could have been a break like on them, and now that's been cancelled, and it's like it's never going to be seen, and it's like, but it wasn't their fault for what happened. Do you know what I mean? But because he had something to do with it, they've just took it off air, and I think that's really wrong. Because if you see how, like I said, they've cancelled him on every level. Tim Westwood, I turned on the radio station the other day and I heard his voice and I thought, sorry, was he not texting young girls, like young girls, getting their numbers the wrong way? He abused his power, was going to all of these raves, getting young girls like numbers, messaging them, doing what he was doing in hotels. He still got his show on a Friday night on the same bloody radio station. And I'm like, how does that even work? Like, I didn't even think that he even went to court for none of it. It was just like, it was there and then it was gone. Do you know what I mean? Like, we spoke about it for about a week and then it was gone. Everybody moved on. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's wrong. Like, why is that? Obviously, we know why it is, but it shouldn't be allowed. Do you know what I mean?
Taye, I'm going to come to you with this one. Before we go to Chids, right, with Ask Millie. So a bit of a context about what Millie's saying is, obviously, I'm sure you've heard of Tim Westwood. I've been told he's quite popular in the US. So there was a lot of talk, and there was even a petition that had gone to Parliament because they wanted to get him investigated for allegedly dating women or underage. But I think, from my understanding, what it was is they were saying that the women he was dating or sleeping with or doing inappropriate things with were all of the legal age. So in the UK, the legal age of consent is 16. So once you reach the age of 16, you're legal to do what you want. I think the only thing you can't do is get married if you're gay or lesbian. I think that's 18. But other than that, when you reach the age of 16, you can do as you please with whoever you please. Tim Westwood is in his 50s. So a lot of people are like saying, well, you know, he's been dating a lot of young women. But I think the reason why it didn't go any further with him specifically is because they were all of the legal age of the law. Now
it was the legal age, and he told them to shut the fuck up. That's what he did.
Maybe so, but I think that's the reason why in his case they couldn't do a great deal because he was because the women were of the legal age, not you know. But that's
but he didn't get even when when the story came out, he still didn't get cancelled. He was still able to play in radio stations. If it wasn't a corona time, he still would have been in raves. Like, he still would have been doing his thing.
It's true. Even if we're talking about being cancelled, he should have easily been cancelled for that. You know what I'm saying?
He should have cancelled and then he should have been able to make his way back.
It's not even, and that's the funny one. That's the funny thing, because it's not even, Tim Westwood's white, but he's heavily involved in black culture. So it wouldn't even have been a thing where white people would have had to cancel him. You get what I'm trying to say? Black people still didn't cancel Tim. And we knew that most of them girls, them young girls that he was trying to, that he was dealing with, but most of them are black girls. You get what I'm saying? And we didn't even, you get what I'm saying? Still, when Tim Westwood comes on a whatever day he comes on, I was like, yeah, Tim's running bangers. You get me? It's crazy, man.
There we go. Brina says that's mad in the sense that being cancelled before you've been found guilty. I think in terms of like Noel Clark, he was cancelled before he was found guilty. And the knock-on effects, going back to what Millie was saying. DJ Empress says, so true, Millie. Everyone suffers. It's so selfish. Brina says, was he KMT? Brina says, that must be why I missed it. I think Brina's obviously of a slightly older age. That's why she missed that one with Tim Westwood. PD says, I didn't even know about this. I always knew there was something dodgy about him, talking about Tim Westwood. And Little Miss 77 says, it's true, 100%. Now, Little Miss 77, right, said she wasn't going to listen to our show because apparently she was working at 10 o'clock at night, but now she's logged on, which is really good. So glad to see you here. Chids. This is how we go to the Ask Millie. So Millie is our agony aunt and Chidi is our young lady who has the questions and topics for Millie. Chids, you ready? You got something for Millie?
I like how you said young. That was lovely. Thank you, Sticky.
Yeah, I'm doing it now because obviously you're Gemini. So again, we need to be careful. Anyway, I'm not even going to get started on you today.
Don't start on me today, Stick. Don't do it, yeah? Don't do it to yourself. Not me, yourself. So, Ask Millie. So my best friend was dating this guy for a couple of months. She broke up with him because she said he was too nice. She wanted a man that had attitude and toughness to him. I told her she was making a mistake and he was a good man, but she'd already made up her mind. I ran into him about 6 months later and he said he wasn't mad over the breakup and they were better off as friends. We kept in touch and remained friends until one day he asked me out on a date. I wanted to do things right, so I asked my best friend if she was okay with me dating him, and she told me if I did, then we wouldn't be friends anymore. She said it's girl code, even though she's in a new relationship, he's still off limits. I'm torn because I like him and he's a really, really good guy. There's always been an energy between us. I feel my best friend is being very selfish. Would I be wrong if I went out with him and said nothing about it to her? Or should I respect the girl code and tell him no?
How did I know? How did I know this was going to be it? Literally. First of all, you're in a whole new relationship. So you're going to go and sit there and be pissed off. Then your man's going to say, oh, babe, what's wrong? And you're going to go, well, so-and-so is getting with my ex that we didn't really get on with. Like, if I was your man, I wouldn't box you in the face. Domestic violence is not nice. But I'd box something else. I mean, the fuck? Like, what? What do you mean? You're mad because your best friend's getting with an ex from years ago that you didn't really like and that you let go? You're mad about that? Like, do you want to get back with him? Anyway, as for the girl, I understand girl code. I get it. I'm not saying that I don't. I get it. I get girl code. But I think that only applies, like, say, like you was, when you was with this guy, like you was deeply in love with him, and then, do you know what I mean? And you would have been with him for the rest of your life, but then you had a really bad breakup. Like, that's when I think girl code, like, exists. Do you know what I mean? Because then why would, that's just no. And then plus you wouldn't then want him to now be in, like, in your, like, in the friendship group and whatever, because that's just weird. You know, your friend's baby father, girl code, that shouldn't even, nope, just leave that alone. Do you know what I mean? But for a guy that you literally, you got rid of him because he was too nice and that's not what you wanted, well, the fuck? No, girl, go and get your man. Go and get your man. Literally, like, why are you letting this other girl stop your happiness? Do you know what I mean? Like, the fuck? I would tell her, because you've been like, respectful so far, so obviously, you know, don't go changing all your energies and that. So I would tell her, like, I'm gonna pursue something with this guy. If she then stops talking to you, then she's just not really a friend, is she? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not schoolgirls no more. Do you know what I mean? We're not like 13 and fucking, like, I don't know, Jerome has come over and is trying to move me, and then because I said no, he's now like moving you, and I'm like, oh, I need attention. Huh? Is that what his name is?
No, you. It's the way you said Jerome. It was so funny.
Yeah, why not? Why not? It's better than a Jermaine, because we all know there's a Jermaine. Every girl's got a Jermaine. Do you know what I mean? But like,
or a Tyrone.
Or a Tyrone. Oh, don't. I've got a Tyrone and it just doesn't leave me alone. If you're watching High.
Oh,
but no, literally, like, do you know what I mean? Like, because this guy could be the one. Literally, he could be the one. Right under your nose, he could be the one. You two can go and live a happy fairy tale life with your house, with your white picket fence, 2 cars on a drive, like his and hers. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna go have kids, get a dog, die together, and have a bench. Do you know what I mean? Like, this could be it, and you're saying no because your best friend has a sour vagina. Fuck off.
I'm so done, really. The only thing I say about it is just me personally could not enter anything or sleep with anybody that my best friend has slept with. I couldn't. It'd make me feel sick, physically sick. I mean, if I did it not knowing, then it's another story, but I just personally couldn't do that. No, but I think I don't
care how many vaginas have been on his willy after that. I really don't want to taste my best friend. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not all about that life. But she seems up and for it. So
yeah,
do your thing.
And she
because
likes me. They've always had an energy between them as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because like now, when you're asking for like me personally, like literally, what would Millie do? I mean, I would have backed out ages ago. What do you mean you kept his number and you stayed in contact? Like, what the fuck did you do that for? Like, I wouldn't. No, if I see you in the street, oh hi, yeah, cool, done. I'm gonna go my way, you'll go your way. That is it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why am I talking to my best friend's ex? Exchange numbers. Now we've kept talking. We've kept in contact. The fuck? Why would I do that? Like, no. But she's already gone past that. Do you know what I mean? So I can't like backtrack like 10 steps she's already done. Do you know what I mean? I've got to come from where she is. And she's already there. She already likes him. She already got his number. You might as well just go in deep. Do you know what I mean? Just there's no point in backing out now. You're in.
I've kids.
But me personally, the 10 steps before, I would have gone like 12 steps back. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I don't get it. Anything with X in it, just nah, thanks.
She had me when she said, you know, you can die and get a bench together. Do you know what I'm going to do? Right? I'm going to read some of his messages. I'm going to come to Taye. Taye, I want to know your view on this and what you would do. But let me read some messages first. All right, hold on one sec. Brina, for some reason, says, shut up, Sticky. I'm not sure why. Peter says, always starting Sticky. I don't know what these young ladies are on. Brina says, best friend, XXX. He doesn't exist to me for dating, etc. Okay, fair enough. PD says, she didn't want him, though. She didn't want him. DJ Empress says, respect the Ras girl code, cha. PD says,
you've got a sour vagina, that's why. Your vagina's sour. Don't let it be.
PD says she probably realizes that she should have stuck to the good guy. Fool. The young ladies are laughing. PD says Jerome. PD says sour vag. Oh wow. Yeah, Jerome.
Yeah,
Brina says that
and some like natural yogurt. Trust me.
Good lord! Oh man, PD says that too. PD, I know. Little Miss 77 says, "There's how many men in the world? Why your friend's ex? I'd rather stay drama free."
Yeah.
PD's at Millie. Brina says, "Me too, Little Miss." Okay, Taye, what would you do in that situation? Your best friend's ex-girl, and he was, wasn't really looking after her. He said that she's too nice. She's too nice, He wants the ratchet girl with the eye drop tattoo and the whatever else. What are you gonna do in that situation?
Nah, I wouldn't do it, man. If that's my friend, especially my best friend, anybody that he dated or messed around with, I wouldn't mess with him.
But she could be like as Millie said, you have the white picket fence, the house, the kids, the cars, and die and get a bench together.
I mean, if it don't work out, man, that's gonna be a bad situation, and you're gonna have to live with that forever,
But your friend though, your best friend's really got his new ratchet chick with the eye drop tattoo and all that, half head shaven and all those things. You know what I mean? He's really got her with the gold grill and all that.
And bearing in mind, you've met up with her, you've bumped into her, you've exchanged numbers, you've been like messaging, you've got that connection. Your best friend said nah, and you're like, oh. I mean, I don't know how guys do it. Oh, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, my whole heart, like, I like this girl. Like, what do you mean? Like, if your best friend said no, you can't. Like, you're literally, you're just about to put your foot right over the threshold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be with this girl, and then he said nah. Are you just going to be like, all right, cool? Or you're going to be like, well, I'm going to give it a go. Fuck you.
Nah, I pass.
Yeah, I think many were.
You've been talking to, she's been texting you.
Anyone who's dealt with my friend, then
no. I think men who are consciously aware and know about sex as an exchange, they ain't gonna do that. But like a lot of men don't know about it, so they will probably do it.
No, but remember, that's what I'm saying. Like, what I would do from the get-go is different to we're at the point where they've been like messaging, they've met up, they've been like messaging, they have a connection. So do you know what I mean? You lot are talking about from before. You literally now want to be with them. You've got that connection there. You've just said to your friend, like, this is what I'm going to do. And your friend said, and I said, no. Do you then just drop the person, although you've already made that bond, you already have the connection? Do you just drop them? Or do you tell your friend, well, I'm going to see how it goes, and our type of friendship, it is what it is. Like, it's either there or it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've gone past the stage of, I won't even speak to them, I wouldn't do that. You've gone past that. We're at the number stage of texting, you've talked. Do you know what I mean? You're there now.
There's so many more people in the world, so it's just
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Why would I go with somebody that my friend's been intimate with? It doesn't make sense. There's so many more people.
Weird.
But that ain't it though. What is this? You've already built connection. For me, yeah. I mean, obviously it's a no-brainer. Man is not going to talk to someone that your brother's spoken to, innit? That's dead, innit? But in that situation that they're talking about, I don't think if someone loves someone or someone wants to be with someone, I don't think anyone can tell them you can't do it, or don't do it, or you're not allowed to do it. Because even if you tell them that, they're still gonna do it, innit? Like, you can't stop two people that want to fuck from fucking. Don't matter who you are, no matter what you say, no matter how many times you chat to cop block, but if they want each other, like, people do that shit. Like, bruv, how many times, bruv, people cheat with their best friend's fucking gal and shit. Like, people are not like moralistic. People are fuckery. If they want to do something, you saying don't do it ain't gonna stop them. Do you get what I'm saying?
If anything, it'll make them want to do it all the more.
Yeah, exactly. Do you get me? So I don't really think that.
Nah, not me. I'm not about that.
Me, if some friend came to me and said, "Oh, I like your ex, yeah, I want to be with them," yeah, I would feel less offended.
Personally, I wouldn't even go to my friend in the first place.
Anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Trust me, because I'm with you.
I wouldn't even go to my friend in the first place and be like, you know, I want to be with the guy that you've been with. I wouldn't even do that. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's grim.
But everybody's different, innit? So
yeah. There's some people that are loose out there. They'll bang anything. Do you get me? They're like, I don't care if you dick my friend. You can dick me too. You know what I mean? That's all nasty. Not for me. I can't do that. That's way too much energy for me. Like, no thanks.
That's the Brendan who gave the fucking topic, B.
Let me read some of his messages, and we're going to our final topic.
It's my. What did you say? What did you say?
Isn't it your Brendan?
No.
Isn't it your Brendan who gave the topic?
No. It's not my friend. No.
Okay.
I don't move with people like that. No.
Let me put some messages and I'm getting to the last topic, right? So, Peely says, you guys are too much. I drop tattoo, you know. Yeah, you never know. Little Miss 77 says, find a connection with someone else, just not him. Your friends will be around a lot longer. Brina says, true, Chids. Little Miss says, drop him. Peely says, it's true. There are plenty of other people out there. Brina says, bun the connection. Fire emojis. Little Miss says, have respect for your girlfriends. Okay. Peely85 says, true, Ash. They do what they want to do. Little Miss says, no morals. Oh, wow, boy.
I love Little Miss. She's killing me.
Remember, Little Miss wasn't supposed to be here. Little Miss apparently is supposed to be working at this time of night. Anyway, we won't go there.
Here. But
she's here. But exactly, yes.
She's here. All right, Vicky.
Brina says, I know, I will. Brina says, if you value your friendship, that's your last chance to not go past the point of no return. Okay, good point. Little Miss says, no loyalty. Also says, I don't know how to even string that sentence together to speak to my friend. PD is laughing at Chids. Empress is laughing at Chids as well. Oh, not laughing at, laughing with.
No, I know that. You can't. Don't try and cause.
Yeah.
No,
that's what. That's why I had to,
yeah?
Exactly. That's why I had to bring it back again.
Brina says, Sticky, you can't do that. Never, ever. Yeah. The bond's too tight. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Brina says, I don't move with people like that 100%. There we go. Right. So, on to our fun topic, right, which this week is children at weddings. Now, I'm going to come to Taye first, but before I do, I'm going to give you a bit of context. So, I think we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I think Chidi was saying someone was talking about a wedding and they said they weren't going to invite kids. That's something I've heard quite a lot over the years, and I think I understand the reason why as well, because of cost. But Taye, what's your view with children not being allowed to come to weddings, or should they be allowed to come to weddings, or do you mind having kids at weddings? What's your views on
that? I wouldn't mind, man. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I would want all my family and friends there, but I mean, I guess it depends on the two people. They would have to come to a decision, but I wouldn't mind at all. I don't see no problem with it.
Oh, that was quite a simple one. I'm going to come to you again, Taye. Don't worry, I'm going to come to you because you're too quiet. Right, so let's put a bit of context on this, right? So, obviously, you guys know I'm a DJ, I do events and stuff like that. And some of the events I've been doing that involve catering. And what I've realized is caterers will charge you an arm and a leg if you tell them what sort of function it is. And caterers will often charge you per person as well. To go to a caterer and say, right, I've got 50 people coming, they start telling you numbers at £50 per person, which obviously includes kids as well. So you think to yourself, you're doing £50 per person, and you've got a wedding that's got 100 people. So you've got your family, your cousins, your sisters, your aunts, and whoever else, your aunties, and their plus ones and all that. There's 100 people at £50 per person. Are you still going to invite kids?
Man, I mean, if your financial situation prohibits that, then, you always got to take that into consideration, because, the range for for weddings, people can spend a little bit of money, a lot of money, their life savings. So, you know, if I was on the budget, then I probably wouldn't invite the kids just to save some money. But if money wasn't an issue, you know, and I could take care of everything, they'd be welcome, definitely.
See where Taye changed his tune there. You see, he was like, "Yeah, I want everyone there." Now he's like, "No, I'm bringing that right back."
Right.
Share, actually, before I come to share, I'm going to be some messages quickly. Brina says, "Welcome, little miss." Philly says, "Never sticky." I think she's talking about what Chids was saying, that I can't come between their bonds. Brina says, "Kids need weddings." I don't know about that. Some of my best times were at weddings as a child. Little Miss says, "Thanks, Brina." Philly says, "It's a family affair. Why are children always condemned?" And then Brina says, "But I know weddings are not cheap. I do wedding cakes and work event planners." And DJ Empress says, "As long as they have behavior, being in good behavior. You know, like when you're a kid, going to parties, you be in the room with the coats and all that. Yeah, man, good times." Shem, what's your view on this one? Children at weddings, yay or nay?
Just to clarify, do you mean weddings or wedding parties?
Weddings. Let's go full weddings. Yeah.
Yeah, like, why not bring kids? I love kids, so you would have to bring your kids. If you don't bring your kids, you're not coming in. But
as I said, I'm going to put that scenario, right? So again, remember I said, doing events, caterers will charge you, like, again, easily £50 per person. £50 per person is like standard. It could be £75 per person. But let's say with £50 per person, and you got 100 people coming to your wedding. I don't have a calculator with me, right? But £50 per person, 100 people was what, $5,000? And you got to think that 4-year-old kid, your friend's child that's 4 years of age, that can cost you £50, and they're going to eat like two mouthfuls of rice and then throw the rest in the bin and run around like a jackass. I mean, do you want that kid there costing you that much money?
Or maybe they can come and they can share one meal, innit? You get one meal per family.
1 meal per family. Nah,
yeah.
they charge you per person. They don't ask you what the age is. They say, right, how many people you got come? You say, I got 100 people. Right. All right, then they're charging you £50 per person. Are you still bringing kids?
Yeah, still bring the kids, but the parents might have to share their meal with their kid, innit?
You see how sharing the goalposts here? I'm telling you, the caterers will tell you, this how many people you got coming, this how much it's going to cost you. You're not sharing meals. You got 50 people, which includes children. They're charging you £50 per person. Sorry, 100 people, including kids. £50 per person, 5 bags.
Yeah, I mean, if I've got it, why not?
And if you don't,
I haven't, then they have to share the meal.
I'm not sure what I've been to where anyone shares a meal. Ash, what are you saying?
With that scenario, it gets a bit sticky, innit? But for me, obviously, I've thrown parties, yeah, for people that I consider my loved ones, yeah, and they all come, we barbecue, we all eat, yeah, get me? So my thing is like, I'm gonna have more than the people that I love there, get me? I won't lie, I'm not having like a big super party for like bare people that I'm trying to feed that I don't care about. It's a joke. You get me? So for me, I don't think it's going to be excessive, and everyone can bring their kids because I'm not. It's not going to be thousands of people. It's not going to be out of my budget because I'm only going to do it for the people that actually matter. You get me? I'm not going to invite every single person I've ever met in my life just so they can see me get married. You get me? So I would encourage my family members and my close friends to bring their children. You get me?
Again, I'm going to keep the same energy. I'm going to tell you guys, I went to a wedding recently, not recently as a lie. Again, just before COVID, 100 people, and I think there was no kids. And you think, again, £50 per person, £100, 100 people, that's £5,000, you know. It's £5,000 just on food. That's not even like the venue.
But that's because people ain't doing it smart. Like, you could do it smart. You have to do it like that. Like, you don't have to pay someone that's going to overcharge you for food to cater your wedding, bruv. You don't actually have to. People just choose to because it looks good. But I wouldn't do it like that. I would do it in a way that's cost effective, that makes sense. I wouldn't just be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna pay £50. Bro, when do you really go and eat £50 worth of food? Like, bro, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna pay £50 for every single person to eat a meal. That's a joke. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it in a way that makes sense to me, that's within my budget. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just excessively do it just so they can eat off plates that look pretty and that. Not really my thing.
Actually, everyone will go in Brocco Park. That's it, sorted.
No. Obviously, it's gonna be. If I'm gonna have a wedding, it's gonna be nice, isn't it? But I'm not gonna do it for people that expect it to be something that it's not. Do you know what I mean? All of the people that will be at my wedding would know me, would understand how I move, and would be there because they love man, not because they want a £50 meal. You feel me?
Hey, you. DJ Empress says, I don't care about the money, just behaviour, or they're leaving. That's it, they're leaving. Empress says, I'm not paying £50 for no tearaway. Oh, DJ Empress is something else.
But obviously, says, you know what? Someone said it. Yeah, someone said some of the best times they had as a youngster was at weddings. You get me? I could definitely say some of the weddings I've been to, as a kid, and definitely had some fun. So I think it's important, and I think it's important for kids to see weddings and to see marriage and to see love. And yeah, I think it's important still.
Fair enough. Little Miss says, my sister banned kids at her wedding. PD says, I don't like weddings anyway. Go somewhere hot, have a small wedding and spend the money on a house instead of a wedding. Cool. A better investment. Little Miss says, she said, I'm not spending 30 grand for anyone to anyone to throw a tantrum. Oh, wow. PD says, right, Ash, she's agreeing with Ash. Rena says, look how many amazing caterers we have access to that don't charge the earth. Okay, fair enough. Exactly. And Brina says, all of that I meant to Ash. Okay, fair enough. Says we need love and unity. So who we're going to next? Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock. What you saying? Kids at weddings?
Now, it's when I was younger, like obviously every girl plans their wedding from like age 2. So when I was younger, obviously I didn't have kids. So, I mean, I only have one. I don't know why I said kids with an S. Anyway, so I was like, no kids, whatever. But as I've got older, obviously, I've got my kid. I plan my wedding different. So what's going to happen is the wedding obviously will happen, but there will be a separate room, and I will hire childcare for that room. And don't worry, they'll be all checked in that. And then all the kids will be in there, apart from obviously if I've got kids like the page boy, whatever, and in the bridesmaids and that. But once they've walked up the aisle, go in the room. Don't mess up any of your clothes. There will only be like water in the room. You know what I mean? Can't give them food because if they get all messy, I'm going to be pissed because my pictures need to be on point. So the kids will be in a room being looked after, and you can trust who I've picked. It's fine. Like my kid will be in there too. I will do my wedding. We'll go outside. The kids can come too. We'll have loads of pictures. We'll sit down. Yes, I'll pay for everyone. Well, not me. My husband's going to pay for everybody. And we are going to sit down and we're going to eat nicely. And then there's going to be a fuck off party afterwards. And it's going to be absolutely amazing where everyone is there. Do you know what I mean? Because being a single parent, I literally know how hard it is to even get childcare. You could literally get invited to a wedding a year in advance. And you're like, shit. Childcare. It's a year away, literally a year away. You've got time to ask all of your family, all of your friends. You've got time to literally interview all these different childcare providers to get them to have your child. But it's even a year away. It's like it's stressing you out, and you're like, I don't know. And then you're trying to RSVP like maybe because I don't know if I'm gonna have childcare. It's long. Do you know what? Bring all your kids, but just make sure that they're in the room. They don't come out of the room. They drink the water. Don't spill the water, and smile in the pictures.
Keeping it simple, yeah? Brina says, yes, Millie, with a lot of fire emojis and heart emojis. DJ Empress says, I've seen that before. It actually works. PD says, that's how all the weddings I went to back in the day went. And Brina says, yes, Peely. So I think we're kind of most people saying yes, to have kids at weddings. Taye said, depending on the budget. Like first, Taye said, yes, he would. And then Taye kind of brought it back to saying, maybe I wouldn't. If I can afford it or not afford it, because he was on the fence. He was kind of like pro it, and then he was kind of backing out again. I see you, Taye. Don't worry, I got you, man. I it's all going. But it seems like we're all in kind of agreement that yes, kids can come, yeah. Like back in the day, though, yeah. Just as Milan said.
Funny, but you never asked me though. You didn't ask me those sticks.
Did I fuck him to you first?
No, genuinely never. Didn't. But I see what you did there. I see what you're trying to do, but it's never going to work.
Do you know what it is?
It's never going to work. You know why?
Tell you the truth.
You know why it's never going to work?
Because you're a Gemini. Because you're just white.
No, not even that. That, yeah. Also, but go on, carry on.
because you're the best. You saved the best for last.
Anyway, yeah. So a family member of mine, they were getting married, and they didn't want children at the wedding, and it was because of cost. But because how we are, we said we'll pay for the children ourselves, because she really wanted the children there, but we knew she genuinely couldn't afford it, so we just paid for the children ourselves. Do you get me? And like, I mean, at the end of the day, children bring the best energy. What is a wedding without children? I think in the night time they should disappear because it's long, but I just think children are the energy of a wedding. I mean, if you're a decent person and you're a decent family or whatever, people should just offer. Because weddings are expensive. Do you get me? Paying £50 for the child, that's all mad. If you really want the child to come that badly, pay for it yourself. But my wedding ain't going to be like that, though. My wedding's not going to be like that. My mum won't allow it. She'll be like, I'll do the food, love. Do you get me? Like, it'll be mad. It'll be a family affair, so it'll be cool. But other than that, yeah, pay for your picnic, innit? What are you doing?
So I'm going to throw that back at you then. So imagine that, I don't know, Taye and Milan are getting married and like, right, Chiz, we want you to come to our wedding over in, I forgot where Taye is from, not Chicago, I forgot where it is now, Cleveland, over in Cleveland.
Cleveland, get where my husband's from, thanks.
Exactly, I was thinking Cleveland show, and I was thinking Cleveland show. Yeah, come over, yeah, we're gonna pay for you, blah, 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 blah. But you know what, Chiz? If you've got your little ones, you got to pay for their own meals.
Yeah, why not? Obviously, you clearly can't afford it. So I ain't gonna, like, why am I gonna be, if I really want to attend your wedding and I'm really that much of a friend to you, then yeah, why not?
And it's £50 as well per kid.
Yeah, but I don't expect, like, listen, see me, I'm set different.
Kids, are you giving Chibby? Chibby's got one.
I'm built different. Yeah, but even if I had 1 or 7, I'm built different. Like, I don't expect people to pay for me, or I don't do them and things. I will always contribute, and I got my own back. Do you get me? So I don't really need people to pay for my kids, and I wouldn't expect people to pay for my children either. Like, pay for me because you invited me, but if I want to bring whole loads of kids with me, I'm paying for the kids, isn't it? Obviously.
So yeah, you see that now. If you get married in Cleveland, you know you can invite Chids. You don't have to worry about the cost anymore. Man. The Chids is coming. She's like, yeah, got my checkbook here, bang, credit card, Visa.
Yeah, but I would though. But then that's just how I am, innit? I'm different. So
you said it. Yeah. She said, I'm built different. I'm built different.
I am. 100% I am.
I got you, Chiz. I believe you as well, actually. I'm on your side. You're born in May, so I know that you are.
I always got me.
Yeah. See, Taye, the good thing about Chiz is born in May. You know, kind of the wrong end of May, but she's still May. So, yeah, well.
Yes, I'm a Gemini, and I'm very proud. Very proud.
Well, anyway, it's almost our time. We're almost our time. We're going to do our words of wisdom. Before I do the words of wisdom from Shem, what I do, you know, before we get into the words of wisdom of Shem, see some of his messages. PD says there is so much emphasis placed on it being the perfect day. It's not even about having your loved ones anymore. It's about it being perfect. Brina says exactly. Peely. Who else there? Peely's laughing at Chids, because obviously I forgot Chids. I'm sorry, Chids. I apologize to Chids privately, but I do it publicly as well. Chids, I'm sorry. My bad.
You're not sorry, Sticky. It's fine, though. It's all right, because watch after this discussion anyway. Go on.
You messaging me like, what, you see you? DJ Empress says, P85, nail on the head. Sticky's head. Okay. Oh, wow. Brina says, exactly, Chids. DJ Empress, PD's up and DJ Empress. Brina also says, yes, family affair. Singing as well. It's a family affair. Yeah. Brina says, I'd pay the £150. Taye, you see that again? If you're getting married in Cleveland, you can bring Brina along. She's paying 150, all right? This is to attend my loved one's weddings. Too. She's built differently, clearly. Evidently can't afford it. And Peely says, you and Chids are not the same, Sticky. Yeah, anyway, I won't even go there. I won't even go there.
We're not on the same frequency, Sticky. Like, I'm over here vibing high, Sticky. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm here drinking my Guinness punch, which I just finished. Yeah, and I finished it. It's too late now. So it's that time for our words of wisdom from Cher.
Yeah.
Yes. I've got my notes. Today, I've wrote about the power of manifestation. It was quite last minute, so yeah, here I go. The power of manifestation can align your thoughts, visions, and desires in ways you never imagined. It can bring things to life when you truly believe and envision that you are worthy of having what you deserve. Manifestation can work wonders once you are in alignment with who you truly are and not what society has molded you into. Once you tap more into your inner being than the outer world and align this with action, you are unstoppable.
This is why, yeah, she's my real cousin in a real life. Share. Listen, you already know anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was dope, man.
The power of
That's my
power
cousin,
of manifestation.
You know? It's my family. Same blood and everything.
Real
life cousin in real life, yeah?
No, real life.
Real life. Mm-hmm.
So before we cut, because we only got a few minutes left, first of all, don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And also, right, I'm going to put Taye back on the spot again. Taye, for those that missed your intro, please let everyone know who you are and what you do and what you're about.
One more time for the people at the back.
Right. I want to thank y'all again so much. I'm really enjoying myself. This is dope. I'm Taye Uhuru. I'm from the States. I'm from Cleveland. I'm an author. I'm a hip hop artist. I'm a genealogist, historian, and I'm a world traveler. I've been to more than 70 countries around the world.
And where can they find you, man?
Shit, then.
Oh yeah, I'm on social media. Camp Cleveland. I got a YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm Camp Cleveland.
Yeah. I'll put everything in the bio. Thank you.
I appreciate
Nice. Thank you for that. I thought we had to say it again, man, because it's not very often you hear someone say, I'm a genealogist. I've been to more than 70 countries around the world. So hats off. So again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We need to give
Thank you.
Thank you. Man. Thank you.
Exactly. Claps around. DJ Empress says, adopt me, share. I'll be your cousin.
Oh, I'll adopt you.
Don't beg me, yeah. Empress, don't. Actually, no, yeah. Empress, yeah, no. She could be family still. I love DJ Empress.
That would be lit.
No comment. I'm not going to start DJ Empress.
We could all fuck Sticky at one time. Do you get me? I'm on now. I'm about it.
Is that the time? Look, guys, we've got to go. Look, thank you for joining in. Thank you for being so active and interactive. Thank you as always. Don't forget, we are back next week, Wednesday from 10 o'clock with 2 more topics. Our Ask Millie and, of course, our Words of Wisdom by Shem. So, guys, until next week, mind how you go. Have a good week. Peace and love, and we see you all then, all right? Don't forget, May, Taurus season. Best star sign in the world, okay?
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, Sticky. Happy birthday, Sticky.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
See you guys soon.